Banh Mi or Vietnamese roll is something we have grown to love here in Australia. We often get a lot of recommendation on Banh Mi spots. While we've never been to Vietnam, Banh Mi feels like a gateway and the entry point to the complexity of flavor of Vietnamese cuisine. So in this episode, we're exploring 9 of the best Banh Mi spots in Sydney. One of our favorite here in Bankstown is Banh Mi Bay Ngo. They've got fried egg. This is the first time we've ever got introduced to a fried egg. Other than Alex and Roll, this is another place that we can get the fried egg. It's your standard banh mi, you get the fried egg. We've got some of the barbecue pork, and then you got shallots, onions, cucumber, the pate, the mayo, and of course some chili. A lot of chili there, but let's give this one a go. When you look at the line at Bay Ngo, you see there is a lot of people queuing at all time, so you definitely know this is one of their local favorite. But that egg is just pure perfection. If you've never tried banh mi with an egg, this is a good place to start your kind of fried egg adventure. It's really, really good. Usually the classic one we have here is just without the egg, but that beautiful barbecue pork, that sweetness, that crunchiness from that onion, the refreshingness of the cucumber, and then the pate was just, it's nice, soft, just complements really well, and then perfect touch with the mayo. Oh man, and then the coriander, one of my favorite. So good, man. So the barbecue pork, they cut it into like strips there, so sweet. I love that, and then that fried egg is fresh and hot, so it just goes really well with the whole combination of like the coldness of the coriander, the onion, the carrots, everything. Just what a perfect combination of like hot and coldness. So good though, the pate and the mayo is.
And you know
really
what's
good.
the best thing, Nick?
Mm-hmm.
This is cheap. It's $5.50 and then plus $1 for fried egg. So $6.50.
In Sydney, if you want anything cheap, you gotta go out further to the west. That's where everything is, where the cheap stuff is, and where you get the value for the money that you pay for.
We are still in Bankstown because there's another spot that we want to introduce to you, Fong Hot Bread, and we got the same thing, which is the barbecue pork roll. So look at that, it's so huge. So we got the pate, the barbecue pork, cucumber, daikon, and pickled carrot, and of course the coriander as well, and got some chili. Alright, let's try this. It's so big. Honestly, I can't say which one is better because both of them are good. That's why we are doing this best banh mi episode, because this is one of our favorite as well. In terms of the bread, I love their bread. It's like so crispy. And in terms of the nam nuong, which is the barbecue pork, it's more like traditional kind of style, so smokier and also sweeter, which is feels like more traditional. But this one doesn't have any fried egg. I guess that's the only difference. But obviously, this spot is a must-try when you are in Bankstown.
Now we're in Canley, Vale. We actually been here before. We feature a restaurant called Hai Ao, which does kind of Vietnamese style street food and snails.
Yeah.
But we're here for the banh mi. So in front of me here is Nguyen Hot Bread. We're gonna take you there, and then we're just gonna show you how good this particular banh mi is here in Canley, Vale.
So we got our banh mi and we ordered the same thing, which is banh mi with nam nuong or barbecue pork roll. Now the difference is that this one, as you can see, the pork is like less red compared with other places because they oven grill it.
That's right.
Yes, and there's a lot of meat right here. There's less of the
Vegetable.
veggie. Oops. So if you love your meat, I guess this is the place. Let's try this. So the bread is nice, it's crunchy. They're actually bakery, so you can buy the bread as well. In terms of the nam nuong and the filling, I feel like this is toned down. So it's like less sweet, and the pate is also less creamy. So banh mi is like preference things. So for me and Nick, we love like punchier pate, punchier, sweeter, smokier meat. But this one is pretty good, especially if you are in Canley Vale near Cabramatta, which we are going next. This is the spot to hit.
There should be a word for banh mi coma because that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. We have so much banh mi, and we're gonna be eating more banh mi after this. It's just crazy. But yes, as Helmi was saying, it's a lot more toned down than nem nung here. So it's oven grilled, so it's not as sweet as the one in Bankstown. It's kind of like a little bit kind of more. I guess if you don't really love sugar, this is like the nem nung for you. Again, the pate is not that creamy as well. I kind of like, me and Helmi, we like the wet pate. Like the wet, like seriously wet, like slobbery, you know. Love it because it's just you know, it just puts all that pate all around the meat, all around the cold vegetables, the onion, you know, the carrots, everything, the cucumbers, just beautiful. But the bread is good. They're a bakery, so nice and crispy and crunchy and flaky. Love that. We're at stop number 4 here at Top Ryde. This is probably one of the most famous banh mi here around sort of the west area as well. Not too far out to the west. We've been to Canley, Vale. We're gonna head down to Cabramatta next, but this is like right in the middle between Sydney CBD. A little gem here called Top Ryde Bakery inside this Top Ryde shopping mall. It's always packed. There's a lot of queue, and they've got so many meat selection. And what I love about this particular banh mi place, it's the flavor. If you love different variety type of meats, they've got one of the best meats in my opinion. Yeah, it's all flavored, so it's a lot of different kind of take on meats as well. This one we got is actually the crispy pork belly. Last time we were here, we had the barbecue. Like a char siu, the Hong Kong style one that was extremely delicious. It was soft, tender, and it had so much flavor. And you can also see they packed a lot of fried shallot. That's one of their trade here. A lot of fried shallots, and they smack bang everything. Look how wet it is. It's beautiful. That pate, the sauce, and the bread, that crispiness. Because it's a bakery, again, the bread is so flaky and fresh. This is what I love about it. One bite and immediately you get that fatty, crispy. Right through that is that coriander, that beautiful coriander paired with the fried shallot and that bread. Look at that bread, so flaky. Love it. And all that topping, they really love their topping. It's so much topping there. This is really the hardest part. The hardest challenge is how do you eat banh mi without dropping anything? You can't.
Yeah.
Banh mi is just all about like that drop, you know, the intense drop because it's just so flavorful. So every different banh mi spot here in Sydney, they make all different kind of tastes, different flavor, different kind of pate, the different kind of meats as well. So when we talk about Bankstown Banh Mi Bay Ngo, I love the fried egg. It's beautiful. The pate is nice and wet. And when we had the nem nung, it was cut into smaller pieces as well, like a strip. So you got everything kind of popping out from underneath of that sweet pork nem nung. But then when you go to Nam Fong bread, it's a little different. They got chunky nem nung, so you get more of that kind of sweet flavor from that pork instead from all the toppings. Then, you know, this place here, Top Ryde Bakery, the flavor really comes from the fried shallots and their meat. That's incredible. So it's all different the way people like banh mi, but those places are one of the best in Sydney, and we're gonna continue on to find more of the best banh mi in Sydney.
We are in Cabramatta. This is the Vietnamese suburb of Sydney. If you want to have Vietnamese food, if you want to have Vietnamese banh mi, this is the place. There's so many banh mi places here in Cabramatta, but obviously we can't feature everything today. And there are two places that we want to show you. One is Tony's Bakery. This place is pretty new, I think, and it reminds me of Top Ryde. The other place is like 24 hours banh mi place. So if you're drunk at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning and you feel like banh mi, here we go. But if you feel like supper, you know, 11 p.m., 12 p.m., there you go. You can always have banh mi in Sydney in this place. So first up is Tony's Bakery. There's so many selection here. There's like barbecue pork, pork skin, there's fried chicken roll, there's lemongrass beef, and even egg roll. Oh my god, that looks good. And you can always buy the bread as well. It's like 80 cents. It's very cheap. But today we decided to try the lemongrass banh mi with some
Sugar cane juice.
sugar cane juice. So
'Cause
you
there's a
just
deal.
add $2.50 and you got sugar cane juice.
Not a bad
It's
deal.
So, good.
So it's
Yeah.
about what, $8.50.
Yes. Okay, we forgot to ask them to cut it, but insane. Look at this. This is $6, but it's really huge and heavy. So first thing first, this is similar with the Top Ryde bakery because they use the fried shallots. Look at that. And as you know, we totally love fried shallots, right, Nick?
And the coriander is so fragrant. I can even
Yeah.
smell it from here.
Yeah, coriander. So the fillings are standard carrot. Oh, look at that. So carrot, cucumber with pate, mayo. That's the lemongrass chicken, fried shallots, and coriander. Okay. For me, banh mi have three components. One is the bread, the pate, and the filling, right? So the bread itself is very, very good. This one is like super crunchy, super fresh,
They're very chunky though.
very, very chunky. It's like heavy. And the fillings, as I mentioned, is a lot. The pate is pretty good as well. It's quite creamy. Now the lemongrass chicken, the highlight of this banh mi itself. At first, I didn't taste any lemongrass, to be honest with you. But as soon as I keep digging in, I guess you have to keep eating it to try the lemongrass chicken. It's pretty good. So, but I prefer the lemongrass flavor. It's like, I wish it's stronger, but I think this one, not too strong. But I think we have to try others, like the fried chicken, the barbecue pork. I think that's right.
So the final stop here in Cabramatta is a 24-hour banh mi shop called Viet Hoa Bread.
Hot bread.
Hot bread, yeah. So we got the classic one because we actually haven't had the classic. We've been trying the nem nung, right, the grilled pork, and then we've tried the crispy one as well. And now it's more your classic, smaller. The breads is definitely smaller. Definitely can fit.
Your mouth?
Yeah. Yes, Asian people have small mouths, so you know we're gonna have something smaller. So at least you can. I like to squeeze them a little bit. Yeah. All right. Let's try this one. So immediately when I'm biting that, you know, everything is refreshing. You got all that, you know, filling, your kind of standard filling, your normal pork, everything. The bread and the pate is very prominent though, because this particular pate has a very strong kind of liver aftertaste. And also at the end, they put a little bit of that soy sauce. So it's quite vinegary, like there's quite a lot of vinegar kind of aftertaste as well. Yeah, so don't know if that's something that I'm kind of keen to. It is nice, but I think if I had to prefer between this and Tony, I would still go for Tony for that. I think that lighter kind of pate hit too. So this one is a stronger pate hit with that kind of liver, more swinging towards the liver kind of aftertaste. Yeah.
I think the good thing about this one is 24 hours.
Correct. So as you know, for banh mi, it's literally your preference. So you could go for different ones like the crispy pork or the nem nung. I usually go for the nem nung, me and Helmi, because it's just got that kind of nice kind of sweetness to it, the grilled kind of chocolatey kind of aftertaste. It's something that we favor more than sort of the traditional one. This is more the traditional one, yeah. But other than that, like yeah, except for that liver being a bit overpowering, not bad. Okay, so since we are in Marrickville, of course we have to visit Marrickville Pork Roll. It's like customary when you come to Marrickville, you'll see that there's a bloody long line. Like it's saying sometime up to the metro Woolies here, unbelievable, right? So people always queue for this. They got a couple of selection. We got the nem nung, which is the barbecue pork that we've been eating all this time. We're gonna try the crackling pork roll here, and yeah, because I love crunchy stuff, and why not? It's like 9:30 in the morning right now. It's a different day, and we're gonna be starting breakfast with more banh mi. All right, look at that. So filling's the same. You got the coriander, you got the carrots, pate, mayo, and then the crackling pork inside. So yeah, and nice and warm bread. Love this. Whoa, that chili is insane. That's really spicy, but really love the meat. That pork has that fatty and that like tenderness and that crunchiness. It's really, really beautiful. Whoa, man. I asked for just a tiny amount of chili and that is strong. That's punchy as hell. It's really tough when you're out and about and you don't have anything to drink. So, yeah, it's very, very spicy.
But you know, they have another store which is in Marrickville as well, right, Nick? Yeah, people don't really know, but because we are local, we normally go to the other shop. Yeah.
There's another Marrickville pork roll shop here, just down the road. It's insane because it's so packed here.
Yeah.
So they have another one down the other end there to cater for that side of Marrickville. Insane.
We normally go to the other side.
Yeah. But yeah, just got a bit like a big portion of that crackling pork here. Really got that saltiness. It's like that kind of pork belly that you eat in a Chinese restaurant, kind of similar to that. Very salty, but then the inside is fatty and it's tender. I love that mixed with that pate. It's actually beautiful. It's been a while since I've eaten Marrickville pork roll, so it's good to eat this and get that kind of nostalgic memory back.
Alright, so the next stop is Alex and Roll, which is in Marrickville as well. Now this is one of our favorite. It's because they do sort of fusion banh mi. So it's not your typical banh mi. Remind me of Top Ryde actually. So they do have like caramelized pork, which is very, very good. But one of the disadvantages is that this is family run business, normally run by one guy. So the opening time is a bit an issue. Like they said they open at 10, but you know, when we came there at 10, they don't open. So they only open at 10:30. Then as soon as they open, the queue is massive because I think everyone knows their place is pretty good. Now we got the caramelized pork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they got a couple of selection. Even the barbecue pork, which is the nem nang, is a little bit different. You can see how charred it is.
Yes.
And sticky and sweet. You're gonna love it if you love sweet stuff.
Yeah. So the difference between this and other places, normally they put the pate only one side, which is here. This place, two sides, as you can see here. So the pate is like over pate. That's pate and that's also pate. And then they use mayonnaise. That's the caramelized pork. If you ever get a chance to go to Alex and Roll, try the caramelized pork. And yeah, lettuce, and it's all the same for this one. But yeah, this is like over pate banh mi.
Over dry pate.
Over. See? Okay. Struggling. Wait. I'll show you the fatty pork that I mentioned, the caramelized pork. Look at that. That is like the fattiest pork I've ever eaten. And it's super, super tender. Like this is, I don't know, this is like the best for me. The caramelized pork is really bloody good. So in terms of the bread, this is maybe not the best bread. However, the inside, the fillings are crazy. The pate is really nice and creamy. And the combination of that succulent pork, very tender, melt in your mouth with lots of veggies is just ridiculously good. This is like the best for me in Marrickville.
All right, so after a 45-minute drive, we are now in Campbelltown for the last banh mi spot.
This is like the furthest drive ever for banh mi. So we are currently at Lee's Bakery, and this is pretty new, but they are very, very famous with sourdough type of banh mi. So really like that baguette,
yeah.
French baguette. Yes, and also they're famous with the beef. Now, not many places actually do beef, right, Nick?
Yep.
I think just maybe Top Ryde and also this place. So I asked them to cut in half. They literally cut in half.
Through the wrapping paper.
Through the wrapping paper, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, look at this. Ooh. And also the other thing that their pate, they don't use liver.
Yeah.
So the pate use chicken and pork.
The
Yeah.
combination of both,
Yeah.
but no liver parts
No liver,
here.
and also if you see it, it's like one side is just the pate, and the other side is mayo and
fried
fried
shallot.
shallot. That's very interesting. Right, so this is the sourdough bread. As you can see, it's sort of like baguette, the French baguette, and inside, look at that, loaded with beef. And there's no carrot, so only have lettuce, onion, and cucumber. But they do sell carrot though. Maybe, you know, that's for pork, maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, for the beef one, there's no carrot. I thought the bread gonna be like super tough to eat it, but it's actually very nice, and it's sort of like as soon as you bite it, it just melts. And the beef itself is like peppery and smoky aftertaste. So it's sort of like your Chinese black pepper beef. Yeah, that's it.
That's
it.
right, that's the one.
That's
Mhm.
the one, like the Chinese black pepper beef. If you eat the beef by itself, it's sort of a bit of dry, but if you eat the whole thing all together, it actually tastes nice. And the pate is like very light compared with other pate because they don't use liver. So yeah, this is pretty good and something unique. So if you're not into pork, you can actually try the beef and also the bread. I think this is the only place that do sourdough kind of bread. Ding. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we've done 9 banh mi's in this episode. Now, banh mi's is a very preference thing. Some of the places do traditional one, some of them like do fusion one. It's all up to you. But for me, I prefer like nam nuong, which is the barbecue pork, because it got this sweet and smoky flavor. So, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell notification, and I know we didn't cover a lot of banh mi place. There's a lot in Sydney. So let us know down in the comment below which one is your favorite banh mi place in Sydney. Maybe we can visit. See you next week.